Lord God Almighty, you are worthy to be worshipped and praised. We pour out our hearts to you in this prayer to give thanks to whom you have brought into this world, your Son Jesus Christ. We have reminded this Christmas season of the most incredible gift of all, Emmanuel. God is with us. You took the humble form of a man to be born in a lowly manger, become our Savior, and give us forgiveness of sin and eternal life. This past year has been a crucial year filled with pain, confusion, and loneliness. Many have lost loved ones because of the COVID virus. We pray you would comfort those who are hurting. We are grateful for the hope you have given to us through Jesus Christ, the Lamb of God, who takes away the sins of the world. When we lack wisdom to overcome life's challenges, Lord, Holy Spirit, may you grant us your presence to lead and guide us to your will. We pray this season of giving and hope would be a season of reconciliation and healing from above. Oh Lord, we believe in you and we love you. Come quickly, Lord Jesus, we pray. Amen.
The program that gives you the latest in Filipino business and trends with industry experts and norm-challenging brands to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of the consumer market. This is Talk Shop Asia Next Gen, thinking forward, staying relevant. Hosted by its founding anchor, business and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas, global franchising and business coach Don Senita, together with the beauty and business maven Muriel Villanueva. This is your Talk Shop Asia Next Gen.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talk Shop Asia Next Gen. I am Don Sunita, your anchor. We are at Season 19, Episode 11 of Talk Shop Asia Next Gen. and we're happy to be spending this afternoon with you. And we will be with you from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we give you the latest in business and trends changing the way we do retail and services in the Philippines. Please allow me to welcome my passionate co-anchor, our in-house beauty and business maven, Miss Muriel Villanueva. Hi, Muriel. Good afternoon.
Hello, hello, and a pleasant afternoon to everyone. Thank you once again for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Of course, we are streaming live through Facebook with TalkShop Asia Retail Industries Group, TalkShop Asia Next Gen, and our program partners, of course, the Philippine Retailers Association Official, FranCorp Philippines, U Franchise Asia, and Filipino International Franchising Association, along with Association of Filipino Franchisers Inc. You can also watch us live with our media partner, of course, V81 Radio Manila and Big Media Philippines. You may download V81 Radio app for your Android and mobile devices through Google Play Store and Apple App Store. That's free for life. Hi, Don.
Hi, good afternoon. And of course, as we open the program, let us greet our friends from the Philippine Retailers Association, who has been a long-time partner of TalkShop Asia throughout the years. And of course, we are also happy to be welcoming to the TalkShop Asia Next Gen family, our newest program partner, the ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines, as we bring the entrepreneurial scene to the young and the new generation of leaders. We're glad to be a part of the initiatives of the ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines in empowering the youth, Muriel.
I agree, no? New blood. And speaking of youth, young people, no? We are officially counting down 12 days until Christmas dawn. Ang bilis, di ba? Next week, simbang gabi na. So yan na, that is the sign na talagang Pasko na. Cue the drummers drumming. Ayan na sila. So, as we welcome the most wonderful time of the year amidst everything that is happening, no? Let us not forget the true meaning of Christmas. Of course, love, family, friendship, sharing, and of course, kindness to one and all, especially during these times, no? As we celebrate this season, let us not forget, of course, to observe pa rin. Alam ko, excited tayo, but still, the safety protocols, no, is still in effect to avoid the spread of the virus. Nandyan siya, hindi siya nagbakasyon. So, social distancing policies are still in effect, and gathering, no, wag muna tayo masyado mag-gathering. Still discouraged.
Oh, nga, that is right, Muriel. And we wouldn't want that. No, we wouldn't want another uptick in the COVID-19 infections in the country. And in effect, that is naman what Christmas is all about. It's really caring for one another. Making sure that you are safe, so that others are safe as well. And though we may not be physically close to our friends and families, we are still with them naman in spirit. After all, we are lucky, diba, to be living in a time of connectedness through communication and social media, di ba, Muriel?
It's true.
And of course, that being said, Muriel, the Philippines once again tops the list as a social media capital of the world. Can you believe it, Muriel? Parang several years running na yatang number one ang Pilipinas.
Grabe, no?
According to Statista, a German market and consumer data company, the Philippines spent the most time connected to social networks, devoting almost 4 hours a day to digital social sphere, followed by Nigeria, India, and China, respectively. Parang mababa ngayon 4 hours, Muriel. I know people who are babad. Babad sa kanilang phone.
Sa pag-shopping pa lang, sa pag-TikTok and everything pa lang, ang haba na ng time.
Speaking of pala, Muriel, 12-12. Kamusta naman ang shopping experience mo during 12-12?
Medyo napuyat, pero nakapag-add to cart.
That's good. Of course, that is our way of, driving the economy in these trying times, no? Going back, of course, on social media, Muriel, since ang mga Pinoy ay babad sa kanilang telepono 4 hours or more in a day, would you believe na globally the average is 2 hours and 22 minutes lang per day spent on social media in most countries? According to Statista, this trend in the Philippines could be driven by the markets generally having younger population, ages 16 and 24, which drives growth globally. So which is, of course, a key market pa rin, for businesses worldwide. And on that note, Mariel, we are very happy to be discussing this afternoon the power of social media. In this episode of Talk Shop Asia Next Gen, we are looking at how social media platforms are changing the way we do business and retail through social innovations and how they're being integrated and harnessed for business.
That is right, Don. No, we are lucky to have this afternoon. Of course, the head of the Strategic Commercial Partnership of Laika App Philippines, a fast-growing social media platform because of their revolutionary feature earning and paying through engagement transaction. No? We also have two brands that are taking advantage of the advent of digital and social media to conduct business and reach customers. We have Tinker House, Learning Inc., educational company, and Milk Delicious, a favorite among milk tea aficionados. And of course, Don, to open our community mic segment, we are starting it off with a bang as we will have this afternoon with us, of course, the owner and the creator of Food Trip Bacamo. No, when you want first dibs on where you want to eat.
Oo nga, Muriel, indeed an exciting afternoon for everybody. We are going full circle with our topic of social media platform as a game changer in the business landscape. And we are, of course, still going to keep you on your toes still because Talk Shop Asia will be back after this very short break.
We'll be back shortly. This is your Talk Shop Asia Next Gen. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Now back to Talk Shop Asia Next Gen.
Once again, we'd like to thank the Philippine Retailers Association for being a partner of Talk Shop Asia Next Gen. We'd like to thank them for allowing us to access the expertise of their partner members as we bring more insights to our business community and consumers.
Of course, no, and without further ado, Don, let's get it started na. No? We are excited to have this afternoon the head of Strategic Commercial Partnership of Laika App Philippines. No?
That is right. Laika is a brand new social media application which recently became the #1 trending mobile app in Google Play Store and the #1 among all free apps in iOS App Store. It's a buzzword among social media influencers and users. Our resource speaker for today has been in the startup industry since 2018. He's passionate about digital marketing, esports, and KOL management. He handles critical partnerships to ensure the growth of the organization and that Laika is a force to bridge the gap between the brands and its consumers. Tell us more about Laika and how they are innovating how social media can be used by businesses. Our resource guest this afternoon, Mr. Francis Mama Sabulot.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to
Hi,
all the
Francis.
friends. Hi, hello. How are you, Muriel? How are you, Don?
Hi.
You're good.
Welcome to the
Thank
program,
you. Yeah.
Francis.
And
Nice.
of course,
It's
thank you
nice
for
to
spending
be
your
here.
afternoon with us.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. This is my first time to be here, and I'm quite excited and pumped to meet you guys. And of course, to meet all the franchisors here, the franchise organization, the Philippine Retailers Organization. I'm just really happy to be here.
I'm pretty sure excited rin yung ating mga viewers who are, every day earning their gems, no, through the Leica
Yes.
app. So
True,
I was actually
true,
doing some
true.
research and ang daming groups who are really engaged with Leica. No, kasi it's really
Yes.
one of the revolutionary social media apps that we have now. That being said, to jumpstart the discussion, Francis,
Yep.
can you tell us more how Leica started and what it's all about?
Well, Leica really is a revolutionary mobile app, definitely, because this is the only app right now that has the Leica gem or the micro gift checks or gift check in electronic format. So we originated in Silicon Valley, California, and our company, Digital Spring, is the one managing all the promotions and marketing here in the Philippines for Leica. Even all the partnership with merchants, we're the ones handling it. So this is the one that you're seeing right now in the screen. Is this is our no, this is our like our logo. So this is the gem and the gift check in electronic mode. It's really one of the most flexible things that you can use here in our app. Say for example, you can redeem the value of this like a gem in up to the I can say the smallest amount. Hanggang sa piso pwede mong i-redeem. So in this guy right
Nice.
there, our founder, and he has been in Silicon Valley for quite some time doing a lot of innovations. And this guy really wanted to do something different because our Leica mobile app is the only app right now that has the three pillars in the modern digital age or digital industry. Number one, if you go to the next slide, number one, we have the social media component. And number two, we have also the e-commerce component, which is the Leica Mall. Why, by the way, will be our Leica Mall will be launching in a couple of weeks now. So it's going to be a very exciting time for us. And of course, with the points and reward system. And the points and reward system is the unique value that we have because even if you use the app, people are earning from the app. So that's the beauty of this. So this is a unique value in our Leica mobile app. If you go to the next page, please.
I was just
So
about actually to ask that what
sure.
makes Leica different, no? So I think that has to be it, no? That through your engagements, you're able to earn money na din, ano? And considering that people spend on the average daw 4 hours, how, di ba? I mean, kikita ka na sa 4 hours na pagbababad mo sa social media, Muriel.
So, you have something
Definitely,
there, no?
definitely,
Meron ka ng gems. Ang dami nun.
definitely,
Okay.
definitely. Well, the beauty of that is that everybody in the Philippines right now are into social media. So just like what you mentioned,
Yes.
actually the 4 hours during the pandemic, it reached around 6 hours. And actually, the Philippines right now, we're the number one in the Southeast Asian country to be part of the social media fever. But if you're gonna be looking at our social media app, Leica, it is very intuitive. So if you're gonna be exploring, it's very clean. It has a lot of things na medyo talagang ini-streamline na namin. So for example, you can explore pages, you can really contact all the businesses here. That's why this particular app is really a tool for businesses to engage their customer. So for example, I am a person looking for world balance and I'm in Subic.
Hmm.
I'll just type in a search button with our geotagging positioning system. We can already find the nearest world balance shoe near me, near my location.
Mhm.
So ay kagandahan ng Leica app. And another thing, being a social media app, you can directly call those businesses. So for example, I saw this food in Raminagi and I
Mhm.
happen to be hungry. So sabi ko, I think I should order this. Hungry eh. So,
Yeah.
click lang yung app, tapos tingnan lang natin kung paano magbabayad. And you know what? Ang ginagawa natin, i-redeem namin ang Leica Gem ang amount doon through our Leica Gem. So makikita
Mhm.
doon, kami lagi 140 pesos, for example, i-redeem mo yung Leica Gem mo through Naminagi. So yun ang maganda doon. So ang maganda doon, si business, nagkakaroon siya ng another communication platform aside from all other platforms right now with Leica. Yeah, that's the social media aspect. Yun ang kagandahan niya.
Francis, I'd like to ask because I'm actually very curious about earning gems. Although I earn gems then through Leica. I have Leica. So I'm not so some of our guests, some of our viewers may be curious. How do you earn Leica gems from just being in Leica?
You know
Magbababad
what?
ka lang online. How do you earn that?
You know what? That's a very good question because if you're going to be looking at a lot of the pages in what do you call this in YouTube, you will find things how to earn in like a gem. But this is the basic, the one that you're seeing right now. If you rate someone, for example, you rate food, you rate say a certain point of interest right here in like say for example, you rated 5 gems, it will give you 0.05 gem.
Mhm.
So ganyan, nakikita nyo dyan sa ano na yan, ayan yung mga rating levels. So another thing is that if you post pictures, interesting pictures. Now, I'm talking in behalf of the users. Same thing din in behalf of the merchants. So, because ito kasing kagandahan dito, anybody who uses the Leica mobile app has a potential to earn. So, unlike in any other app out there, we're the only ones doing this, giving gems,
That's true.
giving gift check in electronic mode to the people who are really loyal users of Leica. Yeah, and they can
So,
use it with our, yeah. So they can use it in our 4,000 merchants right now all across Metro
Wow,
Manila and across the
4,000.
surrounding provinces. Yes, yes.
Friends, I'd like to ask na, I'd like to circle back on that. So, hindi lang users particularly ang pwedeng kumita from posting, from engaging with their customers. It's also the business then. Uh,
Yes,
Anytime they
yes,
post
yes.
on their social media, they make their posts engaging, they earn from that. Is it per post or is it also per like, per response, paano ba
Per
siya?
rating.
Per rating, per post, anything that you do in in this mobile app, in like a mobile app, definitely has a corresponding earnings. However, there are certain limits. For example, for the rates, they're like 10 times a day ka lang pwede mag-rate that you can earn. But you can rate up to sawa. Meaning to say,
Mhm, mhm.
mag-rate ka na mag-rate, okay lang. Next day, you can earn naman dyan if you rate and rate again. So that's the beauty of this. And what really makes this really exciting, like a mobile app really bridges the gap between the consumers and the merchants themselves. If you would ask me, for example, there's a story, the one that I heard in one of our salespeople talking about the success of Leica in Bulacan. There's a 23 years old doing this business through Leica, doing RTW during the pandemic. RTW. Try to
Mhm.
imagine that RTW. And I was surprised when I asked him. Sabi ko, how much was he earning in a month? And he told me he was earning around 8 million pesos
Mm.
during the pandemic.
Wow.
During the height of the pandemic. And I was surprised. Sabi ko, oh my God, this kid is really making a killing out of his business through the Leica mobile app. And that was really a story that really stuck to my heart, into my mind. That sabi ko, oh my God, our app is really working.
Mhm.
And
So, and paano yan?
Nice.
That's just from engaging with them or kasi I understand you're able to transact your Leica gems then as payment. Tama ba?
Yeah.
actually, the term that we use for the Leica gem is Leica gem is being redeemed in those
Redeem.
merchants. Yun.
Mhm,
So
mhm, mhm.
redeeming in the merchant. So for
Oo.
example, you have 10,000 Leica gems. So you can use it in any merchant that is being accredited by Leica. So you can use that anywhere in Metro Manila or across for example, any province say that has Leica gems already. So they can be redeemed in those what do you call this? In those merchants. So
Brand
yun ang kagandahan
partners,
niya.
no?
Oo.
Nice. It's
Oo.
safer pa. 'Di ba? Kasi it's cashless eh,
Definitely.
'di ba? another thing that we consider, kaya din siguro siya patok this pandemic or during this time, no?
Yes, yes, definitely. I can say that our servers are very safe because we are in Amazon cloud right now. So yeah, Microsoft servers, and this are the stalwarts in the service industry. And mind you, every time that we have, for example, like a gem out sent to a customer or sent to a merchant, that is encrypted individually. So meaning to say, it is very secure. Our confidence
Secured.
with that particular gem is very secure.
Question,
And
Francis. One like a gem is equivalent to how much peso? 1 peso?
one like a gem is 1 peso. So,
Okay.
oo, ayun
Oo.
siya.
So talagang ano,
Ang
no? Talagang
generous ng Laika.
oo, this like the digital currency in a sense talaga kasi may um peso value
Equivalent
talaga tayong
value.
nilalagay dito.
Mm,
Is it something that you can withdraw or transfer to your bank? Or no?
definitely, definitely. So definitely, because you know what, you saw a while ago we have a Leica Mall. So yung mga
Mhm.
Leica Mall na yan, in the future, in the near coming, in this coming weeks, ang gagamitin lang dyan like a gem. Kumbaga, gift check and electronic mode. Now, when your question na pwede bang i-encash yan sa mga bangko, yes, definitely. Definitely, it can be in cash to the banks. Hence, that's why, for example, our merchants are very happy right now because we gave them, security in terms of transferring it into their bank and in cashing it into their bank. And mind you, we're not choosy about any bank. We're just like, if you have your own bank account that is authorized within your business, you can use that. That's the beauty of that. So we don't like stay to
The
one
hassle
bank,
pa,
to
no?
the
Correct.
hassle, yan. So ang maganda talaga dito is, for example, the one that you're seeing right now, the remote payment system. This was being utilized by majority of the merchants in the restaurant industry during the height of the pandemic or the GCQ. Mind you, sorry, during the height of the pandemic, it's still pandemic today, sorry.
Yeah.
During the height of the GCQ. So the remote payment system that we have is like, yung mga merchants, dinidisplay nila sa ano nila, sa account nila, yung mga tawag dito, goods nila, yung services nila, and people will just have to click and send
Mhm.
gems and have it picked up by a courier to the restaurants. Why? Because people,
So
the
true.
behavior of people right now, nagbabago na talaga. They are highly dependent on the delivery system na. And they really want to be safe. So that's it. That's why the gem that we have right now is the world's first contactless gem system that we have. Ayan
Mhm.
And
yan.
the
So ito yung naging
convenience, no? The
oh,
convenience also. I myself was able to try it done actually with one of their partner merchants. That's in service, ha, beauty. That's Isa. They're also a partner. So I did try it in one of the branches. It was very convenient, I may say. And generous. They give gems right away. Yun yung masaya.
na. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah.
Totoo yun. Tsaka I think what's also useful in what Francis was discussing is that it's a complete system eh. Kumbaga, you earn the gems, you have an opportunity to offer your products and customers to pay for those products and order those products through their gems. So para siyang, it's really like, there's like an automatic call to action here. You earn a gem,
Exactly.
and then you spend it with your partner merchants, no?
Exactly.
You know what's
Exactly.
nice? You get excited actually to spend it eh. I don't know why and how Laika did it. Pero when you receive a gem, this is, well, personal experience, di ba? Parang excited ka to use it. You're gonna get to browse saan ko siya pwede ulit gamitin.
Exactly. Totoo,
Oo.
totoo. Actually, I also have my own gems actually. So when I was in Subic, I went to
Oh, sorry,
Adidas
Francis,
store.
how much na ang gems mo? I'd like to ask.
Ubus na to be honest.
Baka naman! Baka naman
Okay,
mag-share.
go ahead.
Baka naman. Pwede naman, pwede naman. Pero the thing is, sa experience ko kasi when I was in Adidas in Subic, I was able to, to buy my son rubber shoes. Sale siya doon sa Adidas Subic. And I was able to buy it at sale. And I used my gem. Believe it or
Uh-huh,
not, I
uh-huh.
was so happy. Yung sinasabi ni Miss Moriel na yung excitement. to be honest, totoo yan. Kung ikaw may gem, you have 10,000 gem, 100,000 gem, you would really look for an establishment na pwede mong paggamitan ng gem. Diba? Unlike kung pera, bibilang ka. Psychologically,
Exactly.
masakit yan eh.
Ayaw mo
That's
ilabas eh.
true.
Pero pag gem,
Question pala, Francis, any type of industry ba to? Food, retail store, hotel, o saan ba natin pwedeng magamit ang Leica gems natin?
ang Leica gem natin, as long as they're accredited, pwede natin gamitin kahit saan. Say, for example, in restaurants, retail, Puma, World Balance, Adidas. In restaurants, Raminagi, just an example. So, Hotel Le Charme, for example. So, marami na siyang pinaggagamitan. It's not limited to a certain industry per se, but all the industries surrounding us that boosts our economy can be used and applied with like a gem. So, for example, right now, there are a lot of franchises that is really attending this particular, this particular broadcast. Imagine si Shawarma Boy, for example, all of his 1,000 branches or 700 branches, for example, are seen in the Leica mobile app. Imagine that we already have 1 million users, and these 1 million users are very strong. We have 800,000 monthly active users. And try to imagine that on a day-to-day basis, these people are looking for merchants to spend their gem on. So that is the beauty of this. So I'm really excited that you gave us an opportunity really to really showcase how this our Leica app can help businesses to engage with their new customers. Yan.
That being said, kumbaga, any business as well can apply
Exactly.
to be a Leica merchant. How
Exactly.
does that work? How do they reach out to like how do they enroll in the Leica system?
Actually, number one, there is already an online verification for this for the merchants. But for example, if you're really interested, okay, you can just give us a call or give us an email, and you can download the app and register your business, and we will verify it. But sometimes, just like the other people, we have series of fleet of salespeople who go out and of course drop by and visit your stores. But the most beautiful thing here is that you can always register through our Leica app and indicate your business, and of course we can verify it. So that's the easiest way.
Very
Yeah.
easy, no? That's the beauty of digital talaga. You can join systems such as this, no? And maximize your earning opportunities both as a user and as a business. Di ba?
Definitely. Because I'm really optimistic on the digitization of the economy right now, especially with the small and medium enterprises who really needs this kind of push. Because what we do in Leica is that we're not only a platform, we help businesses to thrive in the most difficult times like these, because we give them tools of the trade. Say for example, majority of the merchants in Leica, we gave them actual cell phones, and that's for free. We help them out. Why? Because it's very this is a difficult time. This is a difficult moment for the Filipinos, and of course the industry per se, in any industry. Ang hirap kumita, because the only time that you're going to be relevant in this type of a pandemic situation is, number one, you really have to have a lot of volume sales. How are you going to do that if you cannot go out? Yeah.
Exactly.
How are you going to do that if you cannot reach
Mhm.
out to your customers? And number two is of course trying to be relevant in your social media platform. My question is, if your social media platform does not help you, for example, or reward your users, it may be a useless battle. Because in Laika is that what we do, we reward our users, we really help our merchants to market. Ayun siya.
Oo. Totoo. So parang nangyari, it really has become a business tool, ano?
Exactly.
For your merchants. Kasi
Yes.
um, there is reward there. There's an opportunity to earn. There's an opportunity to engage. Engagement, kasi customer engagement, is a keyword at this point in time,
Keywords.
Oo,
Very
keyword
good
talaga
point.
yan siya.
Very good point.
Able to engage your customers, then they just pass you by. Di ba? Especially
Exactly.
with so many information available in your social media feeds, dadaanan ka lang talaga nila. No?
With the
What do you think?
options also available, no? You really have to capture their interest and keep it there para continuity tayo, happy lahat.
Yes.
Mhm.
Actually, the beauty of Leica is that we don't have a cluttered layout. If you see Leica, for example, in your account, we don't have any cluttered layout, just like in any other parang other dominant social media right now. Uh, Makikita mo talaga kung paano gagamitin ng gem, saan gagamitin ng gem, sino-sino mga tao dito, in what are the interests. Yun lang, very clean ang layout niya. That's why a lot of businesses right now are thriving by using our Leica mobile app. And we really value this because one of the goals of Leica or any a Leica is that we want to add value to the businesses. We're not there just to give you, for example, another platform. No, we want to add value to your businesses, reach out to your potential customers, engage with them, increase your sales, maintain that relationship. So this is the value that we're giving to the people. Plus, of course, with the flexibility of the usage of our Leica gems in most of our merchants, this I think is a key ingredient to the success of those future merchants who are going to partner with us.
Awesome
Nice,
things
no?
coming from Leica. So what's next
Okay.
with Leica? I understand you mentioned Leica Mall. That's launching in a few
Exciting,
months.
no?
Hey,
Uh,
Leica Mall, I'm
how does that
very
work?
excited. I'm very excited with Leica Mall. You know what? Because this is the only mall that you can find, you can use or redeem Leica gems through Leica gems alone. In majority of the items that you will find in Leica Mall is authentic. Yan. Tapos,
Mhm.
what's next for us? I'm glad you asked that, Don and Riel, because, we're just, scratching the surface right now. We're just scratching the surface. We're just really, getting warmed up. We're just really getting warmed up. We have
Exciting.
still more, more things to do. But, if we achieve by 2021 the things that we need to achieve, of course, Southeast Asia is not far in our sights.
Mhm.
Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Vietnam, Cambodia is not far in our sights because this particular countries need this kind of app, and those people needs to do something really really relevant with their lives. Because for example, have you used, for example, I'm sure you've been using FB, Instagram. I
True.
just want to ask,
Mhm.
are you earning from that? By spending your hours in that? So that's my question.
Uh,
In Light mobile app, even even if you're like earning, like say for example, 1 peso a day, at least you're earning. So that
yeah,
is the
that's
reward
true.
that we are giving you. So it's very exciting really right now. Though it's a
Mhm.
pandemic, but it's a challenge for everybody, for any business people, for any individual to thrive in this difficulty. And how can you thrive? By using the tools of innovation, just like a mobile app.
That's
That is
true,
so
and all
great. Mhm.
with the goal of helping our business friends, really just get through this pandemic and even thrive. Maria, it is really an
Yes.
exciting time talaga for the digital world, as what we are hearing from Francis, things that then, no, we use solely for entertainment purposes lang, chat, ganyan. Companies such as Leica was able to tweak and to make it to be an integral part of conducting business. That makes a social media an indispensable tool for organizations.
Exactly.
That is true,
Exactly.
no? Indispensable indeed, no? The reach of social media ngayon, no, goes beyond chatting and posting. They now have evolved, just like Laika, to provide solutions, especially nga in this time of need. We see businesses coping and even flourishing through this medium. Exciting for everyone.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
And of course, thanks to Laika for providing us tools such as this. Awesome learning about the innovations in social
Exactly.
media and Laika for that matter, Francis. Thank you once again
Thank you.
for,
Thank
for
you.
sharing your insights with us, for sharing with us what we can expect more pa with Laika. And of course, we will be hearing from you in our panel segment. So also very
Sure.
excited to know your thoughts on questions as well.
Yes.
When we return, we will put the spotlight naman from one innovative company to another. We are putting the spotlight on a company that makes everyday learning a fun experience for the kids. All that in Talk Shop Asia Next Gen returns.
We'll be back shortly. This is your Talk Shop Asia Next Gen.
Over the years, franchising has been fulfilling entrepreneurs' dreams to multiply their success both locally and internationally. And with one franchise created every hour, the Philippines is now Asia's franchise capital. But what's the secret to franchise success?
Buying a franchise is the easiest and the most popular way to go into business because statistics shows that if you buy a successful franchise format, you have a 90% chance of success.
FranCorp has completed full franchise development programs of over 3,000 businesses worldwide, creating successful power brands that have become today's movers and shakers of the franchise industry.
FranCorp is a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs wanting to grow their brand through franchising.
Our group of consultants are internationally educated and trained, and they have real-world franchise experience. That's why we have the highest number of certified franchise executives in Asia.
FranCorp is behind the tremendous growth of franchising in the Philippines. FranCorp is behind the big brands that started small, if not micro, and now they're ready to go overseas.
We actually started with a small kiosk in 1992, and today, because of a professional world-class franchise system, we are all over the world.
FranCorp offers a complete range of services to assist franchisers.
FranCorp has prepared us properly to start our franchise operations, and the rest is history.
FranCorp continues to help businesses grow from one to many and to witness the unfolding of more franchise success stories. Are you ready to be the next? FranCorp.
Now back to Talk Shop Asia Next Gen.
We would like to greet our friends from FranCorp. Grow your brand from one to many with the professional franchise consultancy services of FranCorp. We would also like to thank you, Franchise Asia. If you're looking to start your business, contact you, Franchise, for a one-on-one franchise matching session that fits your interest and budget. Be your own boss now. Drink healthy with Citrazone. Now more than ever, health is wealth. Bring health to your communities with a Citrazone franchise. Find Citrazone on Facebook and take advantage of the 2-in-1 franchise promo this season. For our first brand feature, Marielle, take it away.
Yes, no, we welcome this afternoon Thinker House Inc., a brand that is on the mission to help nurture the next generation of creative innovators, scientists, inventors, and artists on one Thinker project at a time. no, to share with us how this learning center that started in Tacloban late in 2016 prospered and now adapting this very challenging times is their very own CEO and co-founder. Let us welcome Michi Zabando.
Hi, Marielle.
Hi, good
Hi, good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon to
All
everyone
the way
watching.
from Leyte.
Yes.
Welcome,
From
welcome.
Leyte.
We are so
Thank
glad
you.
to have you this afternoon, no? Although, allow me to begin our discussion with you through this video to get to know Tinker House better.
Okay.
Wow, no? Those are very interesting activities, no? Parang ako mismo, I would enjoy doing those crafts and in experiments. Pero it made me
Actually,
think
maraming
also,
parents.
diba? It made me think also, nung edad ko ba, yan din ba ginagawa ko? Parang napag-isip ata ako doon, Mitzi, no? So, can you share with us how Tinker House began and, what made you explore and focus on this different approach in teaching and learning?
Sure. Okay, so yeah, I'm calling you from Leyte now, and actually, this is where Tinker House started. We launched it in Tacloban in December 2016. So at that time, this was about 3 years after Typhoon Yolanda. So this was the time that the city was rebuilding, and me and my co-founders, Una, the founding team and the core team of Tinker House. We're all beneficiaries of government scholarship programs when we were young, mostly science programs. So, aside from that desire to kind of help rebuild Tacloban after Yolanda, it was also because, we were really looking for a way to kind of give back to the country who has
Help
ano
you
ba, supported our
as well.
education. Yes. And then very heavy science talaga yung background namin. So my husband and I were both, ang concentration namin is physics. We have somebody who's an engineer. We have someone who's also doing education. And so parang very, yun lang talaga. We're great believers in hands-on experiential learning, especially in the fields of STEM and STEAM. So me and my co-founder, we both, between us, we have 7 children. So all of the activities,
Wow.
at Tinker House, I have 4, she has 3. So lahat ng mga activities actually sa Tinker House, these were activities that we used to do at home for our children. And then in 2016, we decided na we'd put it together in one store and maybe share the experience to other children. And so far, after nun, na-realize namin that, very overwhelming response. A lot of children were really coming back. They kept asking for more types of activities, and that's when we kind of took a look at the market and realized that walang local brand that was focusing on hands-on STEM activities for children. And if there were brands, there were international brands kasi sila, so medyo may kamahalan. And they weren't present in a lot of provinces in the country. They were only present in like the key cities like Metro Manila and Cebu. So for us, syempre, kami nasa Leyte kami. Paano naman yung mga bata sa Leyte and in other provinces? So that led us to that is what led us to FranCorp. And with the help of FranCorp, we launched our franchising program in 2018. And by 2019, we had about 18 branches. Of course, after the pandemic. But generally, this was us before the pandemic. We offered what we
Yes.
call tinkering experiences. So for
Mhm.
us, the concentration really is to focus yung desire, to encourage the curiosity and creativity ng mga bata and help build their self-confidence through hands-on activities, through tinkering, through giving them a lot of constant opportunity to ask questions, to give them an opportunity to explore what they're interested about. No, some things that are not necessarily being taught in school, or like they may have limited access to at home. So this is a typical center. Basically, a center consists of three activity shelves, and those activity shelves would contain the different types of learning activities that any child can, they can just walk into a store, pili lang sila what they fancy for the day. Maybe they want to paint today, maybe do a science experiment tomorrow. So as I said, in our previous conversation, we don't really do enrollments or registrations.
Mhm.
So it's because we really wanted to bring down any kind of remove
Cost
any
also.
obstacle for a
Yeah.
child to have these kinds of activities. So it's like a walk-in, walk-out thing. No? And each of our stores, aside from the three activity shelves, where at any given time they'd be like 24 or 36 different types of activities that you can do, and each type of activity, you have a lot of different options. If you wanted to do puzzles, we had a lot of different puzzles that you can build, paint. If you wanted to do paper mache, there's also a lot of different designs to choose from. And we have what we call a supply shelf. It's like an art buffet of supplies and tools. So that is already tucked into the price of whatever the child wants to do. So para talagang freedom to create, no? Hindi
Oo.
malilimitahan yung
And
bata. So
being a mom myself, when I see those kind of activities sa mall, ang saya, kahit ako happy. Kasi alam kong ano yun, I'll be able to, not naman leave my child at all, pero parang gano'n na rin, di ba? Kasi me time mo rin naman, that's important. No? So it's giving a balance also. And you know that they are enjoying and learning at the same time.
mhm,
Di ba?
mhm.
So, ang
Actually,
saya.
yun nga,
That's
medyo
really nice.
mas yun yung katapat namin, no? Kasi when we first opened, napansin din namin na in the malls, there are really very few options for parents for recreation, for
Exactly.
kids. You have the play place, which are nice, no? Pero parang like it's like every weekend you're just going to the play place, and then there's the arcade, of course. But we saw it clearly. There was a space for something else, no? A space in the market for especially something that could also be a learning activity for children.
And
So,
I
yeah.
may say this is not the regular thing you can do. Unlike sa household nyo, ha? I'm beginning to see how happy your household can be. Kasi these are activities that on a normal basis you don't tolerate to do at home.
Yes,
Makalat,
exactly.
ang dami mong
Exactly.
iisipin, ang dami mong bibilin.
Glitter.
So
Yeah.
exactly, diba? Just removing all the glitters and all the paint all over you, you're really stressed ka na. But,
Yeah.
giving them the avenue or the venue for this on a weekly or, any day they want, mas exciting. There's something to look forward to, no? But I'd like to know, Mitzi, no, how exactly does art, crafts, and these activities help in honing a child's learning interest?
Mhm. So actually, our belief is this, no? Ang children kasi, actually, based on scientific study, children are born with a really, they're very curious when they're born. So it starts talaga when they're young. But there are studies that show that children, ask more questions, like 10 times more questions before they enter school. Tas after, like when you compare it after, so medyo nababawasan siguro, no, I guess yung confidence nila to ask questions when they go through the school process.
It's
So
true.
that's number one. And then number two is that children are actually very creative. So there are also scientific studies about this. There's research that says na children are much more creative than adults. And so these two things, ang problem lang, so, we have children who already have high potentials in these two things. The problem is, it seems that we are not able to give them enough opportunity to develop it or to exercise it in the way that parang nangyayari. We kind of squander the potential, and we are not able to guide it, no, as they grow to become more curious and creative. So these things, that tinkering experiences, we call them, we've they're all designed to give children that confidence. No, we don't have teachers; we call them facilitators. Although they are education graduates, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
It's just that we don't teach them like in a regular school. No, it's for us, the facilitator is not the source of the learning. It's really the child and what they are doing. The facilitator is there to encourage the children to continue to ask questions about what you're doing, to try to really bring out kung ano yung nasa
Your
imagine ng bata or
potential,
kung ano yung ideas niya. Yes, and to
imagination.
create it, and to put it out into the world, right? And then the facilitator
Correct.
is there to encourage the child to do more of that. So we're trying to create a safe space where children can continue to ask questions, experiment with whatever they're doing, fail. Kung magkamali siya,
Exactly,
that's fine,
exactly.
But it's building that kind of confidence in. We're trying to empower children, no, to continue
Correct.
to develop that curiosity and creativity. And we believe that if we are able to do it often enough, then it gives them that sort of confidence that children need to thrive in the 21st century. Finally,
Of
actually,
course.
yung tignan mo
Oo,
yung
no?
21st century learning, 21st century skills that the next generation will need. Ano yan? Critical thinking, right? And that starts with
Very
curiosity. They have
progressive.
to know
No?
how
That's
to
why
ask the
now,
right questions. Yeah.
exactly. Now, they are encouraged to speak out their minds. Yan ang
Yes,
henerasyon ngayon eh.
exactly.
Next
Yes.
generation, quote unquote, no? But really, yan tayo ngayon. And I think, yun na nga, sabi ko kasi, I'm a witness of doing it differently when you're doing it with your hands.
Yes.
May
Yes.
certain effect din with the children also. So, with that naman, no, malay mo, one of your students pala is the future Picasso or future Albert Einstein, diba? We wouldn't know. But, literacy education, hindi naman kaila, diba, is one of the greatly affected sector nung pandemic. Nung lockdown, sabi mo nga, you were really there already in the market, nag-start na, nakita mo na yung potential. But
Especially
when
that
March,
they're also in the malls, no?
Yes, yes.
exactly,
Sa double
no?
whammy
Kakaside up.
actually.
Oo, diba? So, March nung dineclare ang lockdown, patapos ang school year, magbabakasyon, mag-hit kayo dahil lahat walang pasok, may time mag-mall. And then may going into a new school year. What came into your mind and what were your immediate actions?
Okay. So March, yes, actually we were preparing for our summer programs no March. So we we just had new stocks delivered. We were coming out. We just did the trainings for the new programs for our face-to-face workshops for children at our centers. So of course, yun na nga, unfortunately for us, both our industry, it's the educational recreational industry, and then our business model, which is 100% the mall-based model. So two very deeply disrupted, deeply disrupted by the pandemic. So right off the bat, syempre close lahat ng stores in the meantime, and then we had to really look into the online channels. So kanina nga very apt the conversation that we had with Laika, because yes, that was na-cut off talaga kami completely, no? So, syempre, no visibility, you have no venue to have your sales. So, online really was the only option that was left to us. So, we opened an online store. We created our own store off of Shopify. Then we also listed on Shopee and Lazada. But also we restarted our social media channels, our Instagram and Facebook, kasi before the pandemic, hindi naman namin siya masyado talaga. I mean, like, it wasn't the concentration.
Correct.
We weren't,
True.
It's been a very steep learning curve for us from March until now. And we're still learning. It's not as if na parang naano na namin lahat, no? But yes, our online stores and media channels, it was really what's only left for us to continue to engage our customers and also relearn what they need now, because it's not that lang nasarado yung stores namin eh. Our customers have completely changed, and that's not something we're expecting to come back anytime soon. So our market is defined by the parents that were going around the malls with their children looking for something to do. That's not gonna come back anytime soon, no? Even if there's a vaccine or ano.
So, take time pa rin, no?
Yeah, so there's a malayo pa, no? If we're just going to be relying on or hoping to go back to our old business model, wala talaga, masyadong matagal. So we also created during the pandemic, we created a new online platform. It's called Curiosity Ed. Curiosity Ed is an online platform for learning, engaging learning workshops for children. So, kanina, di ba, na-mention ko that you were going to launch sana our summer programs face-to-face at our activity center. So, instead, of course, hindi namin magawa yun. We translated them into online workshops instead. So, now the direction of the company is to keep doing that. In the meantime, to have these we packaged ngayon the materials that children would need for a workshop or an activity into kits, and then we mailed it to them. And then they'll do the workshop together.
So but
Sabay-sabay.
still, no, there's the interaction still, although digitally, diba? Because we have all shifted that. But you know, you can see pa rin the purpose of Tinker House on still developing and engaging students and even you know parents. Actually, we enjoy that kind of activities. It's bonding time also. So with that, no, with going digital, what is next with Tinker House pa rin in the coming years? What to expect?
So for next year, because tanggap na namin na hindi
Tanggap
kami
na namin.
makakabalik. Tanggap na namin, yes. No. We're just being realistic. Na, you know, we can't be reliant anymore on the mall-based business model. So we're launching a completely new product line in 2021. So it's right, ito kasi pandemic, what we did is sort of ano lang medyo mas reactive, no? So we had a lot of stock when the lockdowns began. So we converted them into kits. But moving forward, we know that we won't be able to survive. There's really a mismatch in what we carried before, the products that we carried at our activity centers, and what would be a good match for the next normal, not the new normal na nga, it's the next normal. So we redesigned, we have a new product line coming out for that. I don't have pictures yet because they're under development, but we are confident na the new products will be more fit, no, to that. I mean, same pa rin na idea, still pushing for that hands-on learning project. So these are hands-on learning kits, although we really modified them to fit the next normal, especially with remote learning. So these are kits that hopefully would enrich the learning experience of children now that they're all, at home, doing classes at home, not having a lot of face-to-face interactions in school. So we're hoping that the new product line, the kits, the educational kits that were coming out would help supplement that and make their learning more engaging, even if they're just at home.
Yes, no, the continuity is very important when it comes to learning. We are excited for all of that for Tinker House A. No, Don?
Oh, that's true, no. Just listening to Mitzi, you really see that the thing that they do, teaching talaga in any form, is really a vocation talaga, and the fact that customers would flock to the store, there is really also that innate need and that innate desire for our kids to learn. They have dedicated their parents have dedicated time for that. For both students and teachers, now there's a lot of responsibilities and tasks to balance, especially ngayong pandemic that it made that twice as challenging. So the challenge really is to learn, relearn, unlearn, and really maximize other opportunities. And we're very excited that Tinker House is really thinking outside the box, to get to their customers, which I'm pretty sure everybody's excited to once again experience. I'm looking at the pictures. Isip ko, pang bata lang ba to? Parang ang sarap rin.
Sabi ko nga, exactly. Kahit ako na-excite on doing it, di ba? Parang, ay, gusto ko rin yun.
Get adults. Kasi parang sasabihin nila, I saw a kid daw sa bank, ganyan, or parang nakita nila sa restaurant and they've never done it before. May isa kaming favorite story na there was, basta matanda na siya siguro 30s, na late 30s na woman. She went to our store, tapos sabi niya, she did painting. Tapos she was really thanking us after, kasi sinasabi niya, she has always been interested in painting, but never really had the budget.
Or to try it, diba? Sabi nga sa'yo,
parang tuwan-tuwa kasi mura lang daw sa amin.
Totoo, no? Kasi nga, diba, sabi ko nga, this discussion doon, no, and Mixie, no, it made me recall the quote from Gaumont Vince, no? You cannot make people learn. You can only provide the right conditions for learning to happen. Diba? Lalo na with children these days, yung imaginative sila, creative, they need to be given the opportunity and right tools to develop these talents, and the right partner like Tinker House is the foundation to learning and to hone these gifts. So thank you, Tinker House. We look forward to what great things you would share for the learning of our next generations.
That's true.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
also
much,
for
Mitzi,
having us.
for sharing with us the inspiring journey and innovations that Tinker House has in store for us. We'll of course still be with Mitzi during our panel segment of the show. Please tune in for that. When we return, we go naman to a company that is a favorite among milk tea aficionados. Watch out for that after this very quick break.
We'll be back shortly. This is your Talk Shop Asia Next Gen. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Now back to Talk Shop Asia Next Gen.
Get the best deals online with Big Benta. Download Big Benta app in your Android and Apple devices to get your latest gadgets, electronics, and home essentials. Let's support local. ISA provides you with the best self-care products and services for your overall beauty in the new norm. Purchase any ISA product or visit any ISA Aesthetic and Wellness near you today. And of course, no, for another brand feature, let us get to know more about this milk tea franchise. Don?
This afternoon, let us get to know a milk tea brand that has an exciting sweet journey, and let us get to know how they have pivoted during these times. Let us welcome to the show the CEO of Milk Delicious, Mr. Neil Angelo Sica. Hi, Angelo. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, good afternoon,
Hi,
Angelo. Thank you for being with us this afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
So yeah, I believe Angelo is coming all the way from Pampanga. Is that correct?
Pampanga.
Ayun.
Yes, sir.
So we're happy that we have our guests from Tacloban and Nana from Pampanga. Now, very exciting for our friends all over the Philippines. So Neil, I'd like to get to know more about Milk Delicious. Can you tell us how it started and how you've grown to now?
Milk Delicious started in 2018 in a resettlement area. No? Resettlement area in Pampanga, this is a place where those who are victims of lahar were resettled. So basically, we created a community, and there are so many resettlement areas in Pampanga. So they belong to the Class C, Class D market. And when we were starting our business, we were dreaming of giving the people of the resettlement area something that they can be proud of. Coming from a resettlement area ourselves, me and my family, it has become one of our missions to help those who are living in the resettlement in order to boost their self-esteem, their self-confidence, in order to, what I have said is, have something that they can be proud of. And so, me and my brother, we started a concept which we developed, and we called it Milk Delicious. And so, building and opening the first branch in the resettlement area, people supported the business, which gave us a positive impression to those living outside the resettlement area. And so people started to ask questions about the franchising. Fortunately, before opening Milk Delicious, we had this first experience of franchising business with another brand. No? Meron din kasi kaming ibang brand na pina-franchise before na unfortunately because of some unfortunate events failed, and we were able to simplify the concept, learning from the previous experience, building and creating Milk Delicious. And because of this, many people supported the brand, and the product itself was developed by Kapampangans, kami mismo. So knowing Kapampangans who have very high standard when it comes to food.
That's true. Yeah.
Diba? Kapag
If you want
Kapampangan,
good food, go to Pampanga.
yes, we take pride sa
Sarap magluto,
panlasa ng
even desserts. Oo.
Yes, tama. So, agad, no, pumatok siya sa panlasa ng marami. Not only in Pampanga, but when we opened our first branch in Angono, Rizal, mabilis yung expansion kasi maraming nagkagusto ng product. And last year, before the pandemic, we were able to open 100 plus branches all over Luzon, with our farthest branch at Sorsogon sa south and Pangasinan sa north. So that's how we're yes.
Go ahead, Neil.
So what made us a strong brand also is most of our franchisees, no, they shared with our mission. The mission of Milk Delicious is to create changes in the lives of our partners. Those are the franchisees and our crew, and to those communities surrounding our branches. So fortunately, Milk Delicious was able to open a foundation which we call INAI, or Ingat ng Asunsyon Incorporated, which is the Milk Delicious Foundation. And so many people saw that, and they joined us in our mission by franchising our brand. Because in Milk Delicious, portion of the income goes directly to the foundation, which we use to help different communities, especially during the pandemic. We started several programs not only in Pampanga, but in different devastated areas, conducting relief operations and feeding programs. So, ganun siya na nag-evolve yung business natin.
Very inspiring, no, ang journey ng Milk Delicious, kasi you see how it started and how they were able to, earn the trust of their partners and of course the general public. I'd like to ask Neil, anong price point for a typical Milk Delicious product? What price do you start with?
Our cheapest starts at 70 pesos, which is the regular size, and the large size is at 95. Also, we have our own recipe of cream cheese, which we take pride also. Ito yung nagustuhan lalo ng mga customers namin sa Milk Delicious. Our own recipe of cream cheese.
Oo nga, no? Masarap naman talaga ang milk tea version, di ba? And we see a lot of people really embracing. We see a lot of people really embracing the milk tea trend. Considering how big Milk Delicious has grown, no, from the time you started. Well, of course, the pandemic broke out of nowhere, diba? So when the news of the lockdown, that it was gonna be implemented in all of the Philippines, no, not just Metro Manila, but considering as well the provincial locations. So what went through your mind? Because syempre, like with 100 stores nationwide, what were your immediate reactions and actions?
Of course, we were all shocked. Nagulat kami that there's this call for lockdown. And then the initial reaction, of course, is fear. Ano kayang mangyayari sa atin? But after a few days of really focusing on the guidelines of the IATF, we started reopening branches. We gave our full support. The operations and our area managers called our franchisees and invited them to open and really take into considerations the guidelines. In Pampanga, we started a program wherein it is one cup, one meal program. So we opened two branches, one in Angeles and one in San Fernando, wherein in order to test the market, every cup that we sell will be converted into a meal to be distributed to the less privileged people, to the street dwellers, to those who are daily wagers. So we continued doing that, and many of our branches were encouraged to open, and we gave our full support. So during the lockdown, the ECQ and the MECQ, we were able to open at least 60% of all the branches.
That's good to hear, no? Considering that you reopened pretty early on, no, during the lockdown, what shifts did you have to do to cope with the changes in the purchasing behavior of the consumers? Because they're not allowed to go out, etc. What did you have to do?
That gave us the opportunity to study the activation of our own delivery fleet. No, we hired people na daily wagers who have no work during that time, and we made them delivery people, persons during the lockdown. So aside from selling milk tea, of course, we also gave opportunities for other people to earn during the lockdown. So it was a great opportunity to take that into consideration, the delivery system. Na ngayon, nakikita namin one of our strengths kasi nag-a-adapt pa lang yung iba. Kami, we already started long before nag-implement pa ng mga lockdown.
Oh, that's good. Kumbaga, you're still able to reach out to customers, get your products across them through your delivery initiatives. How about safety in the store? How are you able to implement safety with your retail locations?
So one of our considerations and guidelines during that time is to really adhere to the guidelines of the IATF before opening. So we made sure na meron tayong mga barriers, meron tayong mga temperature check, and all other guidelines na dapat sundin. Without leaving also in danger yung mga staff natin na ma-expose masyado.
How about for your franchisees? You mentioned early on in the pandemic, you reached out to them, you engaged them in some charitable activities that you did. What other supports did you extend to them during this time? Because syempre, it's quite a struggle for a lot of businesses.
Yes, siguro one of the things that we made into activation then during that time is talagang they can always call us and contact us if they need anything. And then from time to time, our area managers visits them. Kasi every franchisee, meron kaming area manager na naka-assign, and they are required to visit them every week to check the status of the branch and also to encourage our franchisees na normal yan, and then we have to be strong, we need to survive. The communication was made stronger with our franchisees. Kasi during the time of pandemic, kailangan nilang maramdaman na the company is still with them in order to survive.
Tama, no? The presence of having someone to support you, ang laking bagay yon, especially during that time na everyone was affected. And you know what's nice about it, Don, is meron laging purpose. Everything, every activity or every shift that Milk Delicious is creating or thinking about, there is always a purpose on what and how they do it.
Yes.
It's good to know that we have strong franchisee support. Since we are on the topic of your franchise, how much does it cost to get a Milk Delicious franchise, and what are your requirements? Can you tell us more about that?
Our franchise fee currently is 500,000, but before it was only for a single concept. But in order for our franchisees to help them in their new venture, we added another concept and we gave it for free, which is the shawarma. So for 500 pesos, you can get two concepts of milk tea and shawarma combined, so that you can have a better opportunity to earn in your business. No? Requirements, of course, we need a good place. The place should be approved by the franchisor. The franchisee should be capable of sustaining the business financially. And there would be a series of interview to make sure that the franchisee is capable of managing the business psychologically, emotionally, and physically. And those are basic requirements. And upon the approval of the executive committee of Milkalicious, that's only the time that we will give the franchisee the right to use our name.
So for 500,000, you're able, this turnkey already, no? So inclusive already of the cart, equipment, etc. Okay, so at 500,000 pesos, you're already able to start two businesses, no? In a sense, you have the milk tea and you have the shawarma. Okay, which is very practical, no?
Complementing each other.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So what's next with Milk Delicious, Neil? Can you tell us what you have in mind for the brand?
For Milk Delicious, we are now preparing for our relaunching next year. We will be adding more food products in the menu. We will be adding more flavors. We will upgrade our physical stores. We will improve our marketing. Our marketing team is already preparing for the relaunching this coming 2021 as we restart the economy.
That's great.
And we will try. Yes, we will try to dominate not only Luzon but also Visayas and Mindanao.
Wow, gusto ko yung dominate. Gusto ko yung term na dominate.
Which is good, no? At this point in time, just keeping that positive direction, just keep moving forward and innovating yourself. I think that's key to a good business. You know what, Mariel? That being said, syempre, food, snacks, beverages, staple naman yan among Filipinos. No? Kaya pag food talaga, it's always a wise investment. And it looks like naman that the milk tea is, here to stay, di ba?
That's so true, no? Lalo na, ayan pa, tandem with another food concept pa nila, why not, no? And especially, Filipino palates are still very much into milk tea. So, lalo na if with the purpose. That's another. With the heart. Yan nga yung sinasabi natin, no? So, when we can really expect bigger things for Milk Delicious, and we wish you good luck for that. We look forward to your domination in areas.
Great to hear about the success and the purpose-driven vision and mission of Milk Delicious, Neil. Of course, Neil will still be with us during the panel segment of the show. When we return naman, we will get to know the founder of the food blog. Very related sa'yo, Neil, kasi you're into food as well. He's a very familiar sight in our news feeds. IG man yan, Facebook. So, all that when Talk Shop Asia Next Gen returns.
Everybody was preparing for 2020.
Business was actually very stable and very good.
March 15, nagko-contract signing pa ako. So, ang happy-happy namin. Then, nag-lockdown siya. Wala na kami magawa.
Nandyan na nga, balik sa simula.
We're supposed to have celebrated our 36 years, but because of the pandemic.
Dumarating na yung mga questions that you need answers on how to continue the business.
Tumigil yung oras. Parang tumigil yung mundo.
Nandyan ka, may para sa dahan-dahan, sabay-sabay. Anumang pagsubok ng buhay, dahan-dahan tayo ay muling babangon. Tuloy-tuloy ang tulong, sabay din tayo muling susulong. Pwede pang mangarap ng
We see this crisis as a very challenging one, but it's something that we have to persevere.
As entrepreneur, we have to be strong. My team has families also.
It took us a while to realize na kailangan lumaban na kailangan may gawin.
Konti-konti ulit para kami nag-uumpisa.
Well, I'm not going to be part of that 40% that will not survive, and that's it.
There's still a drop of life left in Maxi Mango, then I'm gonna hold on to that and I'm gonna keep it alive.
Basta't nandyan ka, may panasada, handahan, sabay-sabay.
Kaya gusto ko mag-reopen kasi nakita ko yung empowerment na nagawa nitong negosyong to.
Our clients are still there and we are still wanted.
But we're adjusting.
Sabay din tayo, muling susulong.
Na may customer nga na pumasok sa store, even just buying one mask na 35 pesos, it's like we dance for joy.
Yung namimiss mo yung nag-umpisa ka na, sana may bumili ng tinda ko, yun yung nafe-feel ko nung time na yon. Parang back to basic ako.
Doon mo mafe-feel na, okay, may pag-asa pala.
Sama ka, pwede pang
For the sake of the Filipinos, we just have to give it a fight, di ba?
But we are so positive that we will bounce back. Kailangan nating talunin tong pandemic na to.
Welcome to Ate Rica's Baksilog. We are now cooking.
Balik na mo, abli na mi!
True Blends and Shops to Go are now open.
Laging mainit at laging masarap pa rin ang gotre. Tuloy po kayo.
Nail It is open. Tuloy na po kayo.
Tuloy po kayo. Welcome mga suki.
pwede pang
Now back to Talk Shop Asia Next Gen.
Get the best deals online with Big Benta. Download Big Benta app in your Android and Apple devices to get your latest gadgets, electronics, and home essentials. Let's support local. We would like to greet our friends from the Association of Filipino Franchisers, Inc. and the Filipino International Franchise Association that is continuously re-energizing the MSME communities. And of course, we'd like to greet our friends from the ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines. And welcome to the Talk Shop Asia Next Gen family. And for this week, for our first ever community mic, Marielle, we're very excited that we are starting it with a bang. Marielle?
That is so true, no? As we start to turn on our community mic segment this week, we have with us a food blogger and content creator who will share with us how food blogging concept was born out of this pandemic and how it became a huge supporting arm of our small business community. No, we have this afternoon a customer support manager by profession, a certified food blogger with more than 10,000 followers on Instagram and Facebook through his Food Trip Bacamo page. Our Buena Mano open mic guest for today and a good friend of mine, Pancho Nesh. Hi, Pancho.
Hi, hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Pancho. Welcome to the show. Please greet your fans all over the Philippines and all over the world. Because we have our OFW friends from Hong Kong, US.
Well, I'm not get used to it, but good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone who's watching all over the world. Yeah, so it's the face reveal. This is Pancho Nesh.
Exactly.
And thank you for supporting my blogs.
It's the big reveal.
Totoo, no? Kasi nakikita lang natin yung mga post mo no? So, kamusta and welcome, especially to our community mic segment, Pancho. So, before anything else, no, enlighten us. May food tayo kanina, milk delicious tayo. What is food blogging and how did you begin food blogging? Being said na meron kang regular job, mind you. Share with us.
Yeah, well, actually, nung nag-start yung pandemic, I was quite bored. Yeah, and we used to purchase some food via delivery service, and I realized na why don't I just share it online, but I don't want to post it on my personal social media because I don't want to offend anyone, sa hirap ng buhay. So I decided to create a blog wherein hindi ka pupunta doon kung hindi ka interested. So that's the start. Yeah, that's the start of that food blog. And actually, I'm not really into making it so big like now. So I just wanted to enjoy what I'm doing. So I started taking some photos and write down my personal reviews about it. And then in just snap of finger, grabe, as in overnight siya, naging successful siya. So I started last May 19, 2020, and then for the past 7 months, nag-grow siya up to 12,000 right now.
Wow. Tama, hindi pa pala ako updated. 10,000 lang yun nasabi ko. 12,000 na pala siya. Diba? So, Pancho, share with us, no? Dun sa ganong kabilis span of time, how did it help the small businesses that you were able to, actually, bumili ka sa kanila, diba? How did it help them?
Actually, game changer siya, and I didn't expect na ganun yung magiging effect ng mga honest food review ko. So, nagugulat na lang ako. People are tagging me that they are grateful that I've shared my food experience, and they were able to experience as well what I experienced. So, nakakatuwa siya, and at the same time, nakakatulong siya sa mga small, medium enterprises to reach right target audience, which is very relevant dun sa ginagawa ko. And yun yung goal ko ngayon, na before wala akong ganun, but right now I have a goal na to help the businesses to reach their target audience. And nakakatuwa kasi yung mga companies na pini-feature ko dun sa blog ko ay nagbe-benefit from it.
Oo nga. Hindi lang nakakatuwa, nakakagutom din. Sa totoo lang, no? Watching all those creative shots and, everything that you are featuring, nakakainganyo siya at the same time, nakakatulong. Diba?
I'd like to ask Pancho, have you always been a food lover? Talaga, I mean, pre-pandemic, talaga bang pagkain-kain, mukbang, is that how you do it?
Yes, Don. Actually, I'm a certified foodie. Yeah. So when I was working in the corporate world, every day we had meetings. So we usually dine into several restaurants. So ano mo yun, yung palate, nasanay siya, and then I set a high standard already. So yun yung medyo challenging. Pero what I've realized right now is ang dami palang mga small, medium enterprises na masasarap. Like sometimes better than the biggest ones.
That's true, no? Tapos, totoo yun, no? So,
the fact that you're giving them that platform of exposure, I mean, that's a huge help for community businesses, di ba, Mariel?
That's true, no? So, that being said, Pancho, no? Please invite them where else they can see your post para mas magutom sila at makasupport ng ibang brands na lokal to, jumpstart our economy back, no? How can they get in touch with you?
All right. Hi, mga Food Trip. You may follow me on Facebook. Right now, I am on my way to my 3K followers on Facebook, and you can also catch me on Instagram. I also have my Laika account, and let's help me to grow. Yeah, and by the way, I'm also working with a well-known food blogger. I am one of her writers. The blog site is www.thefoodystation.com. So you might check it out. And I am I'm gonna publish my article soon. So YouTube, we'll see soon.
Oo, totoo.
No?
Yung iyong, I think there's value here, no? I mean, considering that you started only May, and then you gained that number of followers in just a short period of time, I think it says a lot about the reviews that you do. It must be something people can relate to. It's something people feel is authentic. Kasi authentic din ang ngayon ang labanan eh. No? You can't cook it, di ba? Oo, totoo.
That's true, no? And it's really nice that, may chance ang mga brands, lalo na yung mga homemade. Yan tayo, small community brands that's, mga sabi nga namin, di ba, entrepreneurs na nag-start ng pandemic, may chance sila to showcase what they have to offer. Dahil very competitive na guys, sinabi ni Pancho. Madaming masasarap.
Pancho, question lang. With a lot of things that you've tried, no? Siguro thousands of restaurants, ganyan. Any favorite that you don't have? Depends if you want to name the brand or just the dish. Any favorite that stands out?
Wow,
Para
okay.
matry din natin.
Okay, so if you are looking for yung mga usual like mga kakanin, I have this favorite brand. Excuse me. My favorite brand is the Lorwins. Lorwins specialties, yeah. So if you're looking for bibingka malakit, that's crazy. And then and if you're looking for comfort food, I definitely promote Indulge Manila in Mayon, Quezon City. Super affordable pero sobrang sarap. Grabe. And for cheesecakes naman, grabe. Masarap for me right now, Abby's Homemade.
That's nice.
And guess what? Those brands are related to the big ones in the market. So I won't mention them, pero they're related. Like, kamag-anak nila si ganito, si ganyan. That's why masarap.
Interesting and intriguing ha. May mystery pa si Pancho with us, no? Doon parang ang sarap makinoche buena kila Pancho, no?
Totoo yun.
Lang, no?
Noche buena.
Almost every day tayong ginugutom ni Pancho sa kanyang news feeds, ano? And this is not, it's not, there's no difference with what he's doing with us right now.
That's true, no?
Alam mo, Mariel, talaga, the power of social media, you see it with with what Pancho is doing. It has become an opportunity for brands, small brands na dati we don't know about, but that platform is able to showcase their creativity, their passion, and best of all, diba, the support is really there, and we're very happy that businesses right now, consumers, and the next generation will still get to enjoy this technology and this exposure, no, with the social media. What do you think, Maria?
That's so true, no? I super agree, no? With the complex representation of blogging and the opportunity of individuals to write digitally diary style entries, no, and personal reviews, honest personal reviews. Still, no, let us not forget, as what you mentioned kanina doon, to be authentic and responsible in using these social media platforms available, syempre.
Thank you very much, Pancho, for being with us. We're very happy that ikaw ang buena mano sa ating community mic, kasi na-energize yung mga business friends natin who may be watching us this afternoon. Thank you for always keeping us in the loop then where and what to eat. That is indeed a public service, no, to everybody. Excited to know as well then, syempre, we have the panel segment later. We're very excited to know your thoughts on that since you are deeply into that social media trend that everybody's talking about. And of course, everybody, please watch out for that. We have all our guests coming into one panel segment show after this very quick break.
We'll be back shortly. This is your Talk Shop Asia Next Gen. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, Visit our store builder. Then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Now back to Talk Shop Asia Next Gen.
Once again, we'd like to greet our friends from the Philippine Retailers Association for being a valuable partner to Talk Shop Asia Next Gen, as well as our partners from FranCorp Q Franchise Asia, AFI and FIFA, and the ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines. Get the best deals online with Big Benta. Download the Big Benta app in your Android and Apple devices to get your latest gadgets, electronics, and home essentials. Let's support local.
Of course, no, for the much-awaited panel discussion, we are once again joined by our guests. We would like to call on screen Francis of Laika, Mitzi of Tinker House Inc., Neil of Milk Delicious, and Pancho of Food Trip Bacamo. Hello and welcome again.
Nice to have everybody in our screen right now. So, Marielle, let's start the questions.
Yes, no, to start. Of course, the previous months have been tough for most people and businesses alike. Social media has fueled some controversial, polarizing issues that seems to divide people and nation, even the Philippines at some point. So, how do you think social media platforms, businesses, and influencers, such as yourselves, can give a positive effect on change? Let's start with, ayan naman tayo kasi hindi magsisimula. Let's start with Francis of Laika.
I know the question was very complex in the sense that it would really parang dive into granular information regarding the polarizing issues brought upon by social media. But in all honesty, social media is a tool for business, is a tool for communication, and if there will be polarizing issues, it would judgment should be left to the users. And of course, if you notice, our mobile app Laika doesn't contain much of those issues that are, I can say, can really polarize certain communities. We don't want our app to be part of that, some sectors agenda in terms of doing, bringing about their message. But what we really want is like a mobile app to be of value to majority of the merchants who use it as a platform of engagement and not as a tool, to polarize certain sectors, because that is really that's for me personally, it's kind of counterproductive if you're going to utilize social media in that sense. But social media is very effective in mobilizing people towards one common good. Just like what PRA stands for. They want to raise, they want to support, the retailers. But on our end, as a mobile app, we're responsible enough, to really to look into these topics that are I can say polarize certain sectors. Yun lang.
And you can choose, no, as a user. You have the ability and the power to choose kung ano lang good vibes ang gusto mo. Diba? Wag tayo, you get to set it also for others and for yourself. Well said.
Exactly.
Thank you. Miss Mitzi.
For us, kasi part of why we went into franchising is because we wanted to create more visibility, or we wanted to promote science learning and curiosity creative activities for children at a very young age. So dati noon, ginagawa namin, we used the physical presence in the malls to promote those that idea. But now we can use it, you can use social media to do that. So I guess for us, we see social media as a platform to help better promote yung cause namin, our mission, our core mission, which is to encourage children and parents to look into more, hands-on activities, especially for STEAM learning. So yun, giving them an option, to a place to look for information, to find information, and to find mga tutorials and tips about learning for kids, ganun. So that's for us.
I have to
And that
agree, no,
is
that's
really
good, no?
maximizing, no?
Oo. Tsaka
And not just
making your
necessarily.
social media presence a resource for valuable
Yes.
information. I think that's a good
Not just a
information
place
that
for
meets.
selling.
Correct.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Neil, of
How
course,
about
may
for
we hear
you?
your yes.
So for us in the company, it has always been my invitation to use social media to spread positivity, no? Whether it's about our product, it's about our mission, but really the purpose of our social media is to spread positivity, to help, to inform, to mobilize. No, good thing this is the formation that we gave our marketing team. So they are very much careful in what they post online. Kasi we though as much as we want to be successful in our business, we don't want to, of course, create danger din doon sa ibang businesses na competitors namin. No? Ang invitation ko nga sa kanila that in social media, we only compete with ourselves. No, we don't create dirty competitions with our competitors na kailangan natin silang sirain in order to make our product stand out. But sabi ko nga, especially during this time of pandemic, no, the social media should be used in order to unite different brands. The social media should be used. My personal account is being used to encourage different businesses also, especially those who are startup. No, I am giving free coaching then through online for those who would like to start their own business, especially during the time of pandemic. And even with our foundation, the invitation to all our volunteers is to spread positivity and encouragement that we will all survive during this pandemic.
Nice, no? Still with the purpose, talaga naman. Ang galing ni Milk Delicious, no? So, ito naman, coming from someone who really utilized the social media during this time, Pancho, may we hear from you?
Yeah. Actually, that question is quite broad and complex. But to me, in our own little ways, we can do our part. Like for us in the niche of food blogging industry, we help SMEs to reach right target audience. We also know our personally. Yeah, I also know my limitations when is the right time to speak, and by not contributing a division, I mean, the effect of influence. I think it's truly helpful for the community.
Correct, no? You balance it also. Yun na nga, we always have to be respectful while using it, maximize it to the, for businesses and advantages. But, keep in mind being human in all these that's happening. That's very important also. Don?
Totoo yun, ano. I have to agree, no. Our guests right now, they have the platform to, to really influence in a sense, no. Now naman, I go to the power of social media since we are talking about it being used in business, no. Social media has revolutionized the way businesses connect with customers, no. And we have seen how it has, crept up in our daily lives and activities. And as businesses and thought leaders, where do you think we draw the line between our private lives and the influence that social media has over our choice as consumers? Should we start with Laika?
Okay, for me, bordering the private lives and of course your public life. My answer to that is all the same. Ever since it's everything should be in moderation. Everything should be in moderation, meaning to say that you know you have to know the boundaries. You have to know your bounds as an individual and as a business. In terms of where do you want to put your brand out there or your communication tags. But for me, in Laika, as you see, all the posts are a bit really sometimes are really personal. Spending the time on the beach, that's their choice. That's their choice, and take into account how they manage it. It's also their choice. But the thing is, privacy. If you want to really keep your privacy, or I can say your private life, make sure your post you think before you click. So that's the that's I think should be the key in terms of keeping your private lives in social media. Yeah.
That's true. I have to agree. No, keeping your life private, it's really like a choice you have to consciously do. No, how about for
Yeah.
the case of Neil? Since you promote as well positivity in your posts, where does that leave Milk Tea and you in terms of using your social media?
For my personal use of social media and our business, of course, it's you can see in my personal account that's very specific. It's business account. So everything that is posted online has a purpose of either promoting our products or encouraging entrepreneurs, or simply when it comes to charitable works, that is to encourage people to do their part in helping other people. So as for me, I am very much sensitive when it comes to posting social media because I was a monk for almost 11 years. So coming from a religious life, we are very much sensitive in what people will think of what we post online. No? So everything I post online is very specific in its purpose, whether to encourage, to promote, or to invite volunteers in whatever we do in our mission.
Okay, well said, Neil. How about for Mitzi? Especially that the target market of Mitzi and Tinker House are really the parents and younger people molding their minds.
Mhm.
What is your take
Actually,
on the question?
uh-huh. Actually, I want to answer that question din sa with regards to how parents usually share a lot of the photos and videos that they have of their children, and then they send it to us. So for us, we've always been quite conscientious yung approach namin about how we use these things that are being sent to us, and then how we use it on our own social media platforms. So we always take great care to ask the parents permission first if we can repost items, and we also do our best to try to protect yung privacy ng mga bata, because I think parang that's something that kind of gets lost in the conversation when we're talking about brands that deal with children and parents. Parang automatic that the rights of the child, parang ina-assume that you can share all of these pictures and information about children. So for us, that's something as a brand, we feel that it is our responsibility to protect that kind of privacy mo ba.
Very good
That's
point,
good to
I would
hear,
say.
no? Oh, that's good to hear. How about for Pancho? Kasi Pancho, technically, you are an influencer when it comes to the food sphere. No, what do you think of your influences in the social media and your private life and the private lives of our users as well? What is your take on that?
As a whole, we no longer see a TV commercial and think to ourselves like, gee, this is the product that must be as great as they say it, so I'll buy it. Instead, we do our research. We head online and seek out things like customer feedback, side by side comparison. That's why when it comes to my personal perspective, I always keep it professional because first, the good side about it is I can help the SMEs or the other brands to reach their target audience. But on the other hand, if I will not be careful, I might ruin a business or businesses, which will ruin also my goals and my advocacy.
Mhm. That's good to hear. No, totoo naman. Actually, tama yung sinabi ni Pancho dun eh. Being, in social media and having that influence, it can actually make or break it if you don't use it, a certain brand, a certain person, if you don't use it right, no? So
Yeah.
we are very happy, and that we are able to get the insights of our guests, and how and their views, of course, on the power of social media and the responsibility that comes with that power. Di ba, Mariel?
That is so true, no? Another noteworthy discussions. So thank you for sharing it with us, no? For me, it's very encouraging, Don, to know that we have brands like Laika and leaders and brands also like Miltilicious and Tinker House and with the food blogging industry naman that is taking advantage of the opportunities this pandemic presented amidst all the challenges, no? However, keeping in mind that it's always with a purpose. When you do something, it's more meaningful and being responsible and keeping it authentic on everything that we do.
Totoo yun. Kumbaga, with great power, comes responsibility. Before we wrap up the show, I'm pretty sure mga audience natin are very excited to reach out to your brands. For example, for the case of Francis and Laika, how to get on board, how do they enjoy the products of Tinker House. Can we start with Francis? How can our viewers reach out to Laika in case they want to be a merchant?
For starters, they can contact me directly, or they can download the app and they can register as a merchant. And of course, um, one of the best things of being a merchant in Laika is that you really can reach out to more segments, to more potential markets, and you can engage them and grow your market, and of course your sales through like a mobile app, and that's the way to do it. And for the people who really wanted to experience Laika, please download it at Google Play Store. So and of course in App Store, we're there also. Just download it. It's for free. You can use it. Try it. You'll enjoy it.
Great. Mitzi, can you share with us how else we can explore Tinker House Inc.?
If kung may parents na nanonood, if you're looking for fun activities for children, please do visit our website at tinkerhouseph.com or at curiosity-ed.com for the online classes. We're also looking for resellers and partners nationwide. So if there's anybody who's interested in helping us promote hands-on learning for children, please do send us an email. You can reach us through our Facebook pages or a Facebook page or Instagram, or you can email us at team@tinkerhouseph.com. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mitzi.
Never stop learning.
How about for you?
For those who would like to become a member of our family and join our mission of brewing happiness and changing lives, you can always visit our Facebook page at Milk Delicious Philippines and send us a message, or you can text or call us at 0917-127-1342 for more information. And we are very much happy to welcome you in our growing family.
Nice. No, thank you for sharing that with us. Of course, Pancho, once again, invite them para mag-grow pa ang iyong followers.
Hi mga ka-food trip, thank you for tuning in dito sa TSA and I'm very grateful dun sa mga followers na nag-support sa akin since day one. And actually, we have so much projects that are coming in and also with in collaboration with the food station. So stay tuned because you will be surprised kung gaano ka-productive yung aming team. So anyway, for increase for other projects, you may contact me at foodtripbacamo@outlook.com. Thank you.
Okay. Once again, thank you very much to our guest, Mariela. Now, this was indeed a very informative information. It's having the opportunity to learn from industry leaders such as Francis, Mitzi, Neil, and Pancho, that really makes Talk Shop Asia a venue for all businesses and consumers to learn from each other.
Totoo yan, no? As always, Talk Shop Asia gives you information and a different viewpoint of the journey and vision of Philippines' local brands and their leaders, such as our guests. We hope to see you again next Sunday.
Yes, thank you very much to our guests. And of course, thank you very much to everybody for tuning in the show. We are very happy to be of service to you as we bring the latest in business trends and stories. Let's talk.
Let's shop here at
Here
Talk
at
Shop
Talk
Asia.
Shop Asia Next Gen. Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Have a great
everyone.
Sunday.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
Thank you very much.
The program that gives you the latest in Filipino business and trends with industry experts and norm-challenging brands to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of the consumer market. This is Talk Shop Asia Next Gen, thinking forward, staying relevant. Hosted by its founding anchor, business and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas, global franchising and business coach Don Senita, together with the beauty and business maven Muriel Villanueva. This is your Talk Shop Asia Next Gen. Sundays at 3:30 p.m. Philippine